Hello everyone. So today what we are going to do is a while back I did one video on the SharePoint 2013 on-premise environment to SharePoint online migration, content migration via ShareGate. So we use the ShareGate tool for that purpose, right? So that video, as you can see, migration SharePoint on-premise 2013 to SharePoint online using ShareGate tool. So today what we are going to do, we are going to do the same thing, but instead of ShareGate we are going to use Microsoft tool, that is SharePoint SPMT tool, that is SharePoint Migration tool, right? So let's get started. This is our virtual box. This is our server 2012 in which we have our central admin for SharePoint 2013, right? We are going to go to our one of the domain computer machines, log in to that machine. So this is the on-premise side that we used in our previous video as well for demo purposes, that is on-prem site 2, on which we have Infopath forms that has been kept, right? There are 7 Infopath forms. If we click on one, we can see that this is just a basic form with one entry, calendar, and some text mention with a drop down as well, right? So this obviously gets stored in .xml format. We are going to migrate this, right? Let me open one more. So as you can see, the different one also is opening in that. There are different parameters also involved with this one, as you can see, modified by and modified the dates. So we migrated this last time to our SharePoint online site, test site 2. These are the 7 elements here with the modified, and you can see the same modified by mentioned in here, same dates. Alright, so for today's purpose we are going to migrate to the same SharePoint online site. So the destination is going to be same, but obviously a different document library we are going to use for the destination, right? Whereas the source is going to be the same. These 7 XML files of Infopath we are going to migrate via SharePoint Migration tool, SPMT, to SharePoint online, right? So for this, let's download SPMT tool. SharePoint migration tool. There is a SharePoint analysis tool as well. This is one SharePoint migration assessment tool that can help you with the assessment of your on-premise environment, right? How many workflows and all those details. So as an assessment you can run this. Like planning is the key to success. The SharePoint migration assessment is a simple command line tool that scans the SharePoint Server 2013 form to help identify potential issues with the data that you plan to migrate in SharePoint Office 365. Okay, so let's download public fast release general availability. We will have the general availability. So the migrate content from any of this location to SharePoint Online or OneDrive. Supports 10, 13, 16 network or local file share as well. Okay, I agree. Install. So it's downloading the tool. Once the tool is downloaded, we'll enter the source and the destination and we'll do the migration. I'm going to fast forward this. Loading is done. Now it's asking for us to log in, so let's log into our SharePoint online account. Okay, so we have our tool here, right? Welcome to the SharePoint migration tool. SharePoint migrate SharePoint server, team side, or file share to Office 365. Migration manager, scale your migration by running your file migration to one or more computers while centrally managing task creation and reporting. So migration manager is for another time. Okay, SharePoint server is what we are going to do. URL location of the content you want to migrate, so that will be our source. Right, so the source username and password. Let's enter the admin credentials. On-prem site 2. So we have entered our source, content you want to migrate, so Infopath form. Next, we want to migrate it to copy content to Teams, SharePoint OneDrive. We are going to migrate it to our destination, SharePoint URL where you want to migrate your content. So that will be, there's an existing site, we'll use that, right? List information, enter the name of the list, enter the name of your destination list. If it does not exist, we'll create it for you, right? So let's see. So this time I'm not going to create the list, I am going to let the tool only create the list for us. So this was the migration form that we created last time. Let's name this one Infopath form SPMT. That's it. We have selected the source, we have selected the destination. SharePoint migration tool is the source and the destination. On-premise site, on-prem 2 to Infopath form, that's the form library, and the destination test site 2 Infopath form SPMT. Name your migration of Infopath demo. Next. Okay, so choose your settings. Only perform scanning, preserve SharePoint permission, migrate file version history, automatic user mapping. View all settings. Okay, so let's go through the setting once. Similarly, what we have in the ShareGate, we have here as well some of the options. Preserve SharePoint permission, so we are going to keep that on. Let's see what happens. Users, automatic user mapping is on, right? User mapping file, if you want to map a particular user to from your on-premise to the SharePoint online user, you can put that here. Choose the file. Filters, migrate file version history, keep all versions, include hidden files, migrate files created after, migrate files modified after, do not migrate file with this extension, filter subsites, filter list and library, filter content types. Right, you have a lot of options to filter by what content you want to migrate. Skip list with audience targeting enabled, don't skip it. Migrate all site fields and content type, right? Migrate manage metadata, migration of the web part and pages, rename duplicate. Okay, so we are going to switch on migrate all site fields and content type, migrate manage metadata. Temporary allow migration of script, off migration site navigation on, migration list with lookup columns, migrate all list reference in lookup column. Advanced migration auto rerun, run once, run up to 5 consecutive SharePoint migration tool working folder. That's it, that's for custom Azure storage. So save and migrate. Okay, so this has started at 1:50 my system time. Let's see, should not take much time. Only 7 files, 1 form library. Okay, save migration of info at demo before closing. You can resume the save migration task in future. Migration detail, item migrated 7 out of 7, bytes 0 bytes out of 0 byte, total items scanned 7 items, 0 filtered items 0, total time eclipse 1 minute. So we will view the reports. Okay, so this is saved in your users, username, app data, roaming, Microsoft tool, and then the destination URL, and then some number. After that you have reports. Okay, and that is being saved. Global settings.csv, performance recommendation.csv, summary report.csv. Okay, I don't have Office installed in here, so let me do one thing. we are going to open the files and check the content within those files. So let's put it in the uploads. Okay, so the destination is under user. You go to your user, right? Then let me check the location once. App data, users, folders, and we have option here. Where is that option? View, hidden items, and there you have. Users, app data, roaming, Microsoft, migration tool, location, number, reports, and we have global setting, performance recommendation, summary report, open. So this is a summary report that is showing source, then the destination, status completed, total byte, total GP, right? Migrated byte, migrated GB not migrated, total scan item, total to be migrated, right? Migrated items, which is showing as 7, items not migrated, that is 0, right? Warning counts, start time, end time, duration, GB per hour, a round number, workflows, IDs, task IDs, log path, right? Where is the location of the log path? Those are all the information. Global settings, that is your user mapping, right? File is selected, custom Azure is false, migration file version is true. So all those settings that we selected, right? Recommended, perform some recommendation that has been mentioned. Let's check what we have within the details. So there is a performance report there, and there is some, right, in the detail you can find the item report, item summary, scan report, structure report, right? Let's upload that as well, so that we can open that in the details. Task report, item report, item summary, structure. I've uploaded all. Let's come out of the VMware so we are out of the VMware. In the destination location, let's first check our list, what we have got, right? In the site content, this is XML form library that has been created. If we go inside, we can see all the dates that were there in the source location. The names of the modified by is the same, right? Let me take you to the source once more. Infopath form, and as you can see, the modified by, the second last name is mine, and rest all is system account. The date is 29 August for that, right? So let's match it, second last item, right? 29th August, systems, and all the dates, right? Total number of items that is being selected here. Okay, so 7 number of items has been selected. All items have been migrated. Obviously these items won't open up, rather they will be downloaded. That is the expected behavior, since there is no application on the online to open this, right? Okay, now the files. So our migration is done, the content migration. What we wanted we have. Now we have seen the documents as well. Let's check the rest of the documents. So global setting is seen. There is an item report. Let's check what that is. Okay, so you have in total 7 items, all details, the source and its location, right? Item name, extension, size, file, migrated, result category, and then you have message whether the migration was successful or not, the source ID, destination ID, package, migration job ID, incremental round, task ID, device name, right? So that is item report. There is an item summary. So this is the summary. Incremental round R1, scanned 7, item scans 0, filtered out item 0, expected migration file count 0, read 7, packages 7, uploaded 7, re-uploaded, submitted, resubmitted, migration failed, reading 0, failed packaging 0, failed uploading 0, failed submitting 0, and failed queue 0, device name. So that can be helpful to see which has been migrated and which not. There is a scan report as well that shows you the scanning report. So this is all the reporting of those files, and this is the migration that we did using the SharePoint migration tool, content migration, right? I hope you liked it. Thank you for your time. Have a good day. Bye.